I saved this one for last because I had never heard this. I am a giant fanatic of all things cryptids, UFOs, aliens, ghosts. Yeah. Love it. I've lived here, lived here for 26 years. I'd never heard this until this morning.
I'm a quiver with anticipation.
This blew my mind. So, Morgan County, Alabama, home of white barbecue sauce. That's the thing they are known for.
Big Bob Gibson.
Yep. And if anyone needs a recipe, hit me up on Twitter. It's
mayonnaise.
It's the best condiment. But we're going to Falkville, Alabama, and this actually comes from the most reliable sources. Cryptidz, spelled CRYPTIDZ
radical
.fandom.com.
Oh boy, a wikia, hooray!
And also the Cullman Tribune. So
of course, there you go. So,
I sourced from a little bit from both. On October 17th, 1973, a spaceship was reported out in a field. When the authorities got involved, the chief of police and the only policeman in this town, it's that kind of town.
Okay.
His name was Jeff Greenhaw. He got there, and he didn't see a spaceship, but instead he saw something that he would later regret seeing. An alien. Greenhaw. Greenhaw saw an entity that he described as a humanoid figure standing next to the road, about 75 feet away from him. The entity was slightly over 6 feet tall and appeared to be wearing some kind of silvery metallic suit that resembled thick aluminum foil.
Okay.
This is a quote from Jeff. Quote, "It looked like his head and neck were kind of made together. He was real bright, something like rubbing mercury on a nickel." But
what? Excuse me?
The quotes on this are fucking incredible. But he was just as smooth as glass, though. Different angles give different lighting. When I saw him standing in the middle of the road, I immediately stopped the car and said something like, "Howdy, stranger."
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then I asked if he was a foreigner.
You ain't one of them foreigners.
Yeah, you ain't one of them foreigners, all right.
But no sound came out of his mouth. Greenhaw also noticed that the thing had an antenna sticking out from the top of its head, and that its movements were jerky and mechanical.
Barney Fife meets the alien.
Quote, "Whenever I think about it, when I was a child, I used to watch that movie Lost in Space. The robot on that movie, it reminded me of that to some extent." And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So at this point, and this is where the story turns magical, he decided to run back and get his camera and shot 4 pictures of the thing before it left.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to put this on our Twitter, but here is the photo.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
So, Warren, describe that for me, please.
My 3-year-old got into the aluminum foil years ago and covered himself from head to toe with it. And yes, that's what it looks like to me.
Well, it's a two-man job. It is like that. It's so funny because that is exactly what I was going to say to describe it. It looks like 2 kids got into a huge roll of aluminum foil and made themselves a spacesuit.
Yeah.
So he shot 4 pictures of the thing, perhaps believing that it was being attacked by a human with some sort of light beam weapon. The creature almost instantaneously turned and began sprinting across the field at incredible speed. Far in excess of those capable by human beings.
I don't know. Methamphetamine's a hell of a drug.
I was going to say, what was the quality back then?
This is 1973, so,
it's just amphetamine.
Yeah, or just, maybe somebody got some
trucker speed.
Yeah,
trucker speed.
Yeah, exactly. Some reds. Greenhaw noticed that it seemed to be heading in the general direction of Lacon, which is about 3 miles away from Falkville. The chief reacted swiftly, got back in his truck, and took off in pursuit of the metal man.
And got his 1 bullet out.
Greenhaw would state that he managed to accelerate his truck to only about 35 miles per hour due to the rough terrain of the field, but he was still completely outrun by this unusual entity, which seemed to be able to defy the laws of gravity with its speed and spring-like jumps, according to Greenhaw. Quote, "He ran in a bizarre way. Seemed to have springs in the feet for propulsion, could cover about 3 meters in every way. He was running faster than any human being I've ever seen. shortly after he hit a bump and went into a ditch. After that, he never saw it again.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the metal man, the Falkville metal man.
So not only did this dude admit to playing with balls of mercury as a kid, he also admitted to like re-shining old coins to resell
There could
them
be
to
something there.
Yeah. No, because that's how they used to old tarnished coins. That's how they used to shine them, and like so they put them up as mint for sale to collectors and shit.
Yeah, and playing with mercury does make you
Like
Great,
the fellow
yeah.
from the S-Town podcast.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is his quote. After that, things were just strange for me. I was thinking, this isn't real. This isn't really happening, but it was happening to me. Why me?
Wow.
That
Oh my God.
That happens on October 17th, 1973. On October 21st, his car engine blew up.
He did just go through a fucking field and like apparently a very horrible field. So yeah, that'll happen.
An old slant 6 and the
Yeah.
58 Ford.
Probably
right?
not 4-wheel drive either. It sounded like.
On October 24th, his wife left him.
Probably unrelated. Let's be honest, probably unrelated.
This was a long time coming.
This was probably a long time
She
coming.
saw him in the garage, like, stop making that suit.
Oh,
if you want me to continue to be a Greenhaw, you will put down the foil.
I didn't even think about that aspect of it. If he was just hoaxing, like,
Of
if
course he was hoaxing.
Well, shit, man. I thought somebody was hoaxing him.
But if you
Sorry.
think about it,
I
like,
try to think of people in positive light.
if this was a real alien, how would it have seen Jeff Greenhaw?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Oh, right.
no wonder it ran.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So, yeah, October 24th, his wife left him. On November 9th, his trailer burned down.
Ah,
And
wow.
and on November 15th, he was asked to resign by the town council.
Shit. I wonder
That
if
was
these
a
are.
downward spiral.
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
That's the prospect that you have brought up, that this was a hoax that was unrelated to him. That would be incredible.
yeah.
Where is that Mothman prophecy? Is
Yeah, dude.
that is amazing. If it's not, if it was some local high school kids that were just fucking with the local Barney Fife ass town sheriff, that's hilarious. And then his life just falls apart.
Or if it was a long time coming. And then-
Yeah.
This is all him saying. Also, he's probably a really unreliable narrator because we don't know what he's on.
Yeah. Well, also I'm thinking
Trucker speed.
Yeah.
Trucker speed, alcohol,
Yeah.
nicotine, usual.
Also, I'm thinking it might be a situation where he's just thinking, like, this town doesn't appreciate me.
Oh,
How
God.
can I get them? What if I fought an alien from outer space? Like, he just has no middle ground between, like, reality and the most insane thing.
Vietnam and Nixon really fucked us up, folks.
I mean, I'm going to have to I'll put that picture on our Twitter. The 4 pictures are so funny.
Oh, my God.
They're all like that. You're like, that is just a guy covered in aluminum foil.
Yeah.
It's,
it looks like the guy from the beginning of the third Lethal Weapon movie.
It's his last quote here. I pretty much withdrew myself from public for years. People who's
Buddy, no, get yourself some help, man. Come on.
people who are supposed to be my friends. The only thing I found out is that I couldn't trust anyone. I withdrew. I ran and I went to places to try to get away from it.
That's you went to a bar. Yeah,
Yeah,
you went
I
to
was
a couple
gonna
different
say.
bars. I know.
Yeah, you can. Some say you can still hear him drinking at the Rusty Bucket.
I imagine Greenhaw might be a verb up there now if you talk to some
Oh,
folks, right?
hell yeah.
This guy did the dumbest thing ever. Greenhaw.
Goddamn, Jim, you just pulled a fucking Greenhaw.
Oh Lord, but yeah, that's
fucking amazing.
It'll definitely live on amongst us.
Yes. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
that's the Falkville Metal Man. My new favorite cryptid.
Yeah. Just his quotes.
They're amazing. He did one interview in 1973 or whatever, and
Yeah.
that was it. So
You mentioned Lacon that was near there.
Uh-huh.
They have a flea market that if you ever visited, it would be the subject of one of your podcasts.
okay,
Hell yeah.
It's right up there. If you're ever traveling up 65 north of Birmingham, you see Lacon, go visit the flea market. It is a wonder to behold.
what do they got there? They got a guy with big cats.
Right, boys?
The most unsettling thing was like all of the trucks with the arsenals of guns.
Oh.
selling them, right? Like
All right.
selling them at the flea market.
at the
Hell
flea
yeah.
market, which of course the way the laws are, the ones they
Unregulated.
have,
I bought it next to a man eating funnel cake, so I don't have to tell
I
anybody.
bought next to the fried pie lady. He's got amazing grands, man. Shit.
There was a woman was selling fake Louis Vuitton purses. Therefore, I do not have to register this weapon.
they told me that the bathroom was around the back, but that that they couldn't remember the last time it had been used. So,
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord!
I avoided
that. At least used for actual bathroom purposes.
But I mean, it makes sense that would be somewhere like where this story with Jeff Greenhaw happened.
Yeah. Well, and it's 1973, so it's definitely a precursor to cops doing things that seem like crimes to make people appreciate them.
Yeah.
Like that is totally what this is. This is that lady put a tampon in my Starbucks cup. Like, no, that didn't happen.
This is just way more creative than that.
Yeah, this is.
You got to give Jeff credit.
I'm giving him lots of credit. I'm saying, if the cops got creative with their bullshit to make people appreciate them, then that'd be fine with that. I'd be okay with some tinfoil
cops
guys
fighting aliens. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'd be okay with tinfoil guys wandering around East Hollywood. That'd be okay.
I mean, they already kind of do, right?
I was going to say. I've never been there, but in my mind.